For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Ryan Lewicki Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head baseball coach Ryan Lewicki. And Ryan, you guys just getting back from your trip in North Carolina. You play 5 games, you win 4 of them. Talk about that weekend against Carolina U and Mac U and what you saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to get out when you win baseball games and obviously take series and set yourself up long term for what you're trying to achieve. I still think we aren't playing great. We have a lot of pieces and a lot of phases we're trying to clean up, especially on the defensive end. Need to be better making routine plays day in and day out. Offensively, got to be better producing when we get runners on. We're not doing a good job there. And to be honest, the only reason we're probably having success is because our starting pitching and our bullpen is starting to figure it out. They had a lot of really good outings from a lot of different guys over the 5 days in the Carolina. Coming off of a tough stretch at Bluefield where we didn't execute really well as a staff. So it's good to see the staff start to move forward in the right direction. We got to clean it up defensively to be really good, and offensively just have to string it together and have to play for big innings for us to win a lot of games.
And seeing your pitching, and especially your starting pitching, kind of make that turn and start to make adjustments. What's that like for you as a coach, seeing them grow and continue to progress?
Yeah, I think, again, we knew coming into it, it was probably going to be our strength right now. You know, with losing your entire offense a year ago, you know, bringing in some really good pieces on the mound, we felt like the rotation, the starting rotation could be really effective for us right now. And it's starting to show glimpses of that. And I think it gives us confidence. It gives us a little bit of, not really breathing room, but just a little that sense of just being able to go out and know that they're going to give their best to give us a shot to win every time. And I think that's all you can ask for with a starting pitcher. Just give yourself and give your guys an opportunity to win. And I think, you know, through 3 weekends, we're starting to really figure out where this rotation can go and what guys fit into what roles. And it's moving forward. So, you know, obviously this weekend hopefully continues on that path.
And leading the way for those starters, Cody McCarley, named the MEC Pitcher of the Week last week, had another great start. Talk about what he's brought to that group.
Yeah, Cody's brought a lot of, again, experience and maturity like we talked about 2 weeks ago. But he's brought that it factor that we need in a front guy. You know, somebody that just goes out and competes. Somebody that's going to pound the zone. Somebody that's going to fill. Somebody that is going to, obviously, every time he touches the baseball, give you the opportunity to win the baseball game. His stuff is that good. You know, his fastball was probably the up into the low 90s for the first time all year. So, you know, he's starting to really see things transition in the right direction for him, not only being a really good front-end starter for us, but being a conference-wide name now. And I think that's a good thing for him. And then there's some other guys that had some really good outings this weekend, whether front-end, whether bullpen, whether just short relief. But I think if this staff can continue to move forward and these guys figure it out, we can be really good if they want to take the lead with this.
And then looking at the offensive side, one guy who really stood out to me was Thomas Kagaris there in the last couple of games. 2 home runs, bunch of RBIs. What was working for him?
Yeah, Tommy, it's tough. Tommy's, you know, came in 2 years ago as a guy wanting to be an everyday guy in the outfield, had an injury, had to sit out last year, just starting to get back this year. So it's tough when you're like a DH. You're not involved all the time, and it's hard to stay active, hard to stay loose. I think now that he's just getting comfortable being, you know, kind of that guy that's going to be in that role most of the year, I think he's starting to understand what it's like, what it kind of takes physically and mentally to be good at that type of role. And honestly, finally just got some pitches to hit, like got the barrel out in front and hunted his stuff, and, you know, had a really good weekend, started to see some confidence. And if I can keep him healthy, that'd be great. But you never know with how some of our guys are. But again, he had a great weekend. There was a few other guys offensively that played well, but still just not collectively enough as an offense yet.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head baseball coach Ryan Lewicki. And Ryan, your last non-conference series before the start of conference play coming up against Salem this week. Talk about how you continue this growth and prepare for what's coming up in conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big series. It is every year. This is the first time in 4 years that it's been an actual 3-game set with them. Usually it's a lot of teams from in the region going there. This will be the first time it's just us and them for 3 games. So I told the guys today when we were working out, I said they're going to be really hungry. I said you have to understand they haven't beaten us in 4 years. You know, that's going to be something that's on the back of their mind. This is probably the best team they've had in the 4 years that I've been here. He's got a ton of really good talent, especially on the mound and especially in the field. So I think, you know, this may be that weekend where we're going to get challenged. exceptionally well because weather's not going to be great. We're going to be at their place. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy, so we're still not playing good yet. So you add all those factors into this, it's going to be, a tough weekend. So we challenged our guys today, and we said, hey, we'll see if we want to go to the dog fight or if we just want to roll over. So it's exciting. It's going to be a great weekend. They're always tough. They play hard, so we'll see.
And then looking forward to your conference schedule, it doesn't get really any easier when you start conference. You have Charleston and West Virginia State in that first weekend. How big is that coming into conference play and getting ready for those tough opponents?
Yeah, UC and State's a fun one. I don't like it first, and especially not first and on the road. When we saw the new schedule come out, I texted Coach Britt at UC, and I was just like, well, looks like I get to see a lot sooner than I like to. So it's just going to be a test. I mean, UC's playing exceptionally well baseball, obviously being a team that was just a game away from being, obviously into Cary last year. And, they brought a lot of pieces back. They're really talented. State, Coach Lloyd's done a phenomenal job being there for as long as he has. And they have talent again. They've played kind of the less amount of games preseason. I think they're only at 6 or 7. So, not a whole lot to go off of what they're going to be like. But anytime you go down to the Capitol and you got to play State and you got to play Charleston the same weekend, it's tough. So this weekend, hopefully, gets us ready for that weekend with them. And it's exciting to get ready for Mountain East play. I mean, it's a better league than it's ever been, I think, top to bottom. And there's nothing better than starting right off the chute with two is supposed to be the better teams in the South Division.
And finally, as you wrap up your preseason schedule before conference play, talk about some of the things you're looking for from your guys in this series with Salem.
Yeah, I would like us to start to play more confident. I think we talk about it all the time. And when we do drills and we do practice, it's can we just have that swagger? Can we be really confident in what we're doing, whether we make mistakes, whether we don't? Can we just play with confidence? And can we communicate really well? And can we just go to battle? And I think, truthfully, if our defense will pick it up a little bit, because we're not playing great defensively, if our offense will finally start to maybe get back to who we are, knowing our approach, knowing the type of an offense we want to be, and the pitching staff keeps going the way it's going, it can be a good year. If it doesn't, we'll see.
Thanks, Ryan. Good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see you out there.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.